everyone, and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be doing my memory spread for the week of August 22nd through the 28th. And for this week, I'm going to be using the November 2021 mystery kit from Glam Planner. This week was my dad's birthday, so his birthday was on the 27th, and I just have very vivid memories of my dad watching like old John Wayne, Clint Eastwood, Wild West movies growing up. So I thought as soon as I saw this kit that it would be perfect to use for my dad's birthday. So I'm really excited about this spread. So we have the glitter headers, label sampler, and look at all those fashion options. Obsessed. Cannot wait to see this spread laid down. So I did hang on to the washi overlays that came with the kit. This isn't gold hollow. I just really wanted to use this silhouette washi overlay right here. I think it's going to look so good. And then for everything else, foil-wise, I'm going to be pulling in the Gold Hollow Stars foil bundle from SPC. So this is the usual 6-page format. But anyways, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and put down the base of the spread, and I'll be right back. Okay, so a couple of housekeeping things to go over first. Number one, once we get to the day by day, I'm sure you guys are going to notice that the quality is a little bit different. When I sat down to film, I didn't notice at the time, but there was something on my camera lens that was sort of muting out the colors on screen, and I didn't notice, and I'm really upset at myself for that. I tried to go in and post-processing and sort of bring back some of those colors, but I don't think it worked very well. So just a heads up, so sorry. Yeah. What are you gonna do? Number two, you guys may have noticed that I skipped my plan with me for the week of August 15th through the 21st. So this is for a couple of reasons. A, I don't have the foil I planned on using with my original kit. And B, I now have another kit on the way that I'm just like having an internal battle as to which kit to use. So if you guys watch my August kit lineup, I originally had a back to school kit planned out for that week, and I had paired an SPC foil bundle with it, but I just decided to like nix that foil idea, and I picked up foil from Alicia Craft from her back to school collection to use with that kit. But then, because that foil, she has a longer processing time, which is no big deal. Happy to wait. I was already behind because I was out of town for a couple weeks. This past week we got some House of the Dragon art and kits, and I ordered a kit and some matching foil, and now I'm just like, okay, do I do the back to school spread or do I do the House of the Dragon spread? Because I went back to school and got the premiere of House of the Dragon in the same week. The only reason I would want to do a back to school spread is because it's my last semester of college, but everything else is telling me to go with the House of the Dragon spread, and I don't know what to do. We shall see once I get the kit and the foil and all that fun stuff in, but I'm sort of leaning towards just destashing the back to school stuff and going with House of the Dragon because the premiere was so good, and I had been hoping for weeks and months leading up to the premiere that we would get some House of the Dragon art. Unfortunately, we got it within the same week that we got the premiere, so of course I wasn't going to get the kit in time, but it's fine. We have it. It's coming. And yeah, we'll see what I end up doing. I don't know if I'll do a plan with me when I do get the kit and foil in, just because I feel like it's going to be weeks out and I'll already be like ahead several weeks. I don't know. Or maybe I will do the House of the Dragon spread. I will do a plan with me, but instead of actually talking about my plans, because again, it's going to be weeks from now, I'm sure. Maybe I will do like a spoiler type of video with things that happen in the books for and to see what we can expect in the show, because I know what's coming, you guys. I've read the books. I am not ready for it. If you guys thought that Game of Thrones was brutal, like, House of the Dragon is going to make Game of Thrones look like child's play. There's no way they cannot follow the books for this show, and I just emotionally and mentally I need to like prepare myself for what's coming. I have to say, we only have 2 episodes of House of the Dragon right now, and I have to say they're moving. It's making me a little nervous with how fast they're moving. Between the first and the second episode, well, the first episode, spoiler alert, Emma dies. The second episode, Viserys says it's been 6 months since her death, and then the previews for the third episode, Aegon Targaryen has already been born, and I'm just like, between the second and third episode, Alicent and Viserys got married. They had their first kid. He appears to be a toddler in the previews. Like, they're just moving very, very fast. And I'm just really nervous of how that's going to affect the show. I'm sure once we get that like 10-year time jump where they switch actresses for both Alicent and Rhaenyra, that things are going to slow down a bit, or at least I hope. We'll see. But yeah, that's the only thing that's making me nervous. Other than that, the episodes have been phenomenal so far. The previews for episode 3, I'm just like not ready for it. It seems like things are really going to start picking up. I mean, the first episode was brutal and heart-wrenching and all that stuff, and it was so good. It really captured your attention. The second episode, things sort of slowed down, but we were getting a lot of backstory and some things happened that are very important for the future of the story. But definitely episode 3, it looks like that's when things are going to pick up, and I am not ready. I'm very stressed out. They did just announce the House of the Dragon got renewed for season 2, which I'm super excited about because I was really nervous about with how fast they were going, how they were going to spread out the story. They could honestly give me another 8-season show and I would be fine and dandy with that, because Game of Thrones was my favorite show of all time, and I've honestly felt like something has been missing in my life without it. Like, I've probably rewatched it from start to finish 3 or 4 times, if not more, since we got the finale, and I think it was 2019, right? It's been a hot minute, and I'm so happy to finally have some more Game of Thrones action in my life. Also, can we talk about the intro to House of the Dragon? Like, thank you for bringing back the original theme song. It was so good. It was everything I needed. But yeah, also this week, I read a book. I read Too Late by Colleen Hoover, which was phenomenal. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars, which is still amazing. For me, like a 5-star rating is like unputdownable. Like, I would sell my soul to be able to read the book from the beginning again. And then like a 4 stars is still like a really strong like love. There just may have been like a few things that like ticked off a little star for me, but overall it was a phenomenal book. Definitely read the trigger warnings before you get into it, because it's a very, very heavy read, and that is all I'll say about it. But yeah, I guess we shall get into the plans for this week. So Monday morning, the first thing I marked down was I got 3 whole hours of sleep. That was super fun. Figaro has been giving me less and less sleep recently. We're down to 3 hours of sleep now. I used to get 4 or 5, even 6 when he was a kitten. But now we're down to 3 hours, and I feel like it's not, well, obviously it's not healthy, but my body is just starting to get used to running on no sleep whatsoever, and it's just, I don't know how I'm going to break this habit. I need him to sleep, and I don't know what else to do. It's just, and I can't stop him from sleeping all day because I'm away at class all day, so it's just, yeah, if you guys have any tips or tricks, please let me know. But yeah, marked down that I got 3 hours of sleep, and then I went to the gym. Somehow I mustered up enough energy to get to the gym. I marked down that it was an arm day, and then I uploaded a video. After that, I went to class, and I worked on quite a bit of homework this evening. I wanted to try to get all my homework done for the entire week early on so that I could just like relax and not think about it. And then after that, I had some TV time, binged Grey's Anatomy. I'm now on season 10. of my rewatch. And then I got Jimmy John's for dinner. Moving on to Tuesday, the first thing that I marked down that I had class in the morning, and then of course I had to mark down that Aunt Flo came to visit. That was unfortunate timing because I'm going to be going home at the end of the week, which you guys will see in a second, but yeah. I also marked down that we had a rainy day. We've been, I don't know, like Texas, we didn't get rain all summer, and like just the past few days, like they just have been dumping rain on us. It's been ridiculous. I'm not complaining because it's been dry. We've had issues with fires. It's been hot. So the rain is much needed, but the fact that they decided to like dump a full summer's worth of rain on us within a few days is kind of ridiculous. But yeah, I did manage to get to and from class before the rain started, so that was super nice. And then after that, I came home and worked on some more assignments. I went to Walmart to get some groceries, and I marked down that I started my new book this day. So yeah. Moving on to Wednesday, this was an extender day. So the first thing I marked down was that I went to the gym in the morning and had a leg day. Then I headed to class, and I had to mark this down. Your girl almost got hit by a car on her way to class. Yes, people on their phones, you know, what are you gonna do? I was waiting at a crosswalk. I got the little human giving me the sign to walk. I started to walk into the intersection, and a vehicle runs the red light. Of course, they were on their phones, so they weren't paying attention. I was the only one at the crosswalk, and it was just, yeah. It was just a great start to my morning. But yeah, after I marked on I almost got hit by a car, I headed to class. Then I came home and I filmed a haul that went live on Friday. I did take a nap before spending a couple of hours actually organizing stickers from that haul. I have to say, I love my sticker storage situation, especially when it comes to scripts and character stickers. I decant them and put them in a reusable sticker paper situation, and I love that storage situation, but it takes so long to decant the stickers and put them away at the end of hauls that it makes me like second guess my situation every single time I film a haul. But once I get everything done and put away, it's so worth it. And then the other thing I marked down on Wednesday was I went to bed. I usually get into bed between 8 and 9 p.m. and then I'll just lay down and read for an hour or two before I actually try to go to bed. I don't end up going to bed until like midnight because of Figaro, but I try. And this day, for whatever reason, I was laying in bed, all the lights in my apartment were turned off, and someone came knocking at my door at 9 o'clock at night. I obviously wasn't expecting anybody. I had no idea who was at the door. I did not get up out of bed. I stayed put. Like, I don't know what they were thinking, but I would have been stupid to answer the door at 9 o'clock at night. I don't know, I was scared, and Winnie was terrified. She started barking like crazy. They eventually left, and I still had to take Winnie out to potty after they had come by. So I made Winnie wait a little longer than I normally like to for them to leave before I took her out to potty before bed, but I was not about to come out of my apartment and accidentally run into somebody, so whatever. Anyways, moving on to Thursday, the first thing I marked down was that I overslept. So your girl did not go to her morning lecture on Thursday. It was only the first full week of class and I was already skipping. It's fine. It was just like an 8 to 9 a.m. lecture, and it's so hard to get up and out of bed when you only have one class in the morning and it only lasts an hour. Anyways, after that, I worked on some homework and then I did some editing for the haul that was going live on Friday. After that, I headed to the post office to do a little PO drop, and then I had to go into my first lab of the semester. I have to say, labs are probably my least favorite thing on the planet, but you gotta do what you gotta do, and it is so hard to get up and head to lecture at 3 o'clock in the afternoon for a lab, I have to say. It was awful. And then after that, I came home and watched the second episode of She-Hulk. I have to say, I know there's been a lot of mixed reviews for She-Hulk, but I'm actually really liking where this is going. I love that we have like a really strong feminist superhero in the MCU now. Like, I'm just obsessed with her. I think Tatiana Maslany was the most perfect casting for Jen Walters, and I'm excited to see where the series goes. I especially like that in the second episode they brought back Abomination, which was the villain in the original Hulk movie, which I feel like a lot of people forget that the original Hulk was a part of the MCU because, of course, Mark Ruffalo was not playing Hulk in that movie. So I thought it was fun that they brought back the Abomination and brought a connection from the first movie, or I guess the only Hulk movie, back even after all these years. So I thought that was super fun. And then after She-Hulk, the last thing I marked down on Thursday was that I read my book. Moving on to Friday now. I slept in this day. I do not have classes on Fridays, and it is the most magical thing ever. I'm so thankful that I managed to get my schedule like that. So I slept in, and then I woke up and did some dishes, and then I had to head to the gas station to fill up my tank because I was going to be going home this evening. I got McDonald's for lunch, and then I packed up and drove the hour and a half home. I wasn't originally planning on going home this weekend. I was originally going to go this coming weekend for Labor Day because obviously it's a long weekend, but my sister had to work over Labor Day and she was going to be going home this weekend, so I decided to just go a week early so that I could be there when my sister was there, so that was nice. So I drove home, and then I get home and my dad's like, hey, I'm out of cat food. Whenever I go home, I don't bring Figaro's cat food with me because my dad's cat is on the same food as Figaro's. So I was like, I don't haul his food to and from my apartment and home because there's no point. My dad always has food, except for this day. Of course, I get home and he's like, yep, don't have any food, you're gonna have to go get some. So I had to go to the pet store and pick up some food, and then we got Rosa's Cafe for dinner. On Saturday, I started off the morning by doing several loads of laundry because your girl does not do laundry at her apartment because I don't have a washer and dryer in unit, and I refuse to go to the laundromat, so I always save up my laundry and do it when I'm home. After that, I marked down that my sister arrived home, and that was super fun. I marked down that I had to go to UPS and drop off an Amazon return for my mother. And then I got Chick-fil-A for lunch. Had to fill up my tank again because me and my sister were going to be driving 45 minutes to go to Buc-ee's. So I wanted to make sure I had a full tank of gas for that. Sorry. And then we went to H-E-B. And then after H-E-B, that's when me and my sister drove to Buc-ee's. If you're from Texas, you know that Buc-ee's is like an experience. The reason I go to Buc-ee's is for their t-shirts, which may sound ridiculous, but Buc-ee's t-shirts are iconic. And I have like a whole collection of them, and I saw online that they released their Halloween shirt. So I told my sister, we're driving to Buc-ee's. I don't care that it's 30, 45 minutes away, whatever. We're picking up the shirts, and we're going to like it. So yeah, we went to Buc-ee's. I got a couple of shirts, and then we picked up a whole bunch of snacks because Buc-ee's has a lot of like snacks you can only find there, and they're so good. If you guys are ever driving through Texas, highly recommend driving through Buc-ee's, or going to Buc-ee's, not driving through it. Don't drive through the building. Yeah. Anyways, after that, me and my sister got dinner together, and we had a little bit of a photo shoot because I had a photography assignment due on Monday, and I needed her help with some things. And then lastly, on Sunday, my mother made us breakfast, and then I packed up and drove back to my apartment. I had to do a grocery run as soon as I got here because my refrigerator was empty. And then I pulled stickers. I finished my book this day. filmed my next plan with me that you're seeing right now, and then I ended my evening on Sunday by watching House of the Dragon. So yeah, that is pretty much it for this plan with me. I hope you guys enjoyed. As always, I'll have all the shops featured in this video linked in the description box down below, as well as any coupon codes I have for them. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if you guys are going to want to see a plan with me for the week of the 15th through the 21st, even if it's a couple weeks out. But yeah, let me know, and I hope you guys have a fabulous day. I will see you guys next time. Bye!